Hello and welcome back, loves. Today we're doing a Karma Akabane ex-listener, my number one favorite 2D man, Karma Akabane. I love him, guys. He's my number one. Okay, this is titled Unexpected, and without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Karma Akabane, the psycho that went to your junior high school. Stay away from him, they said. He'll bring nothing but trouble, they said. Were they right? Maybe. Did you care? No. Are you alright? He asked. Yeah, I'm fine, you replied, looking up to face him. The one they told you to keep your distance from. Karma Akabane, he said, extending an arm to help you up. Why, and Ellen? He smiled, accepting his hand. That looked like a nasty fall. You sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm completely fine. You dusted yourself off and bent down to grab your things that had fallen along with you. Do you go here? He asked. Yeah, of course I do, he said, glinting your eyes. Are you sure? The people who go here usually have a clot up their ass, he said, making you both laugh and sink. Yeah, I know. The kids here are too obnoxious for their own good. Not just the kids, he snorted. I guess so. Why did people talk about him so sourly if he was such a funny person? Why, when someone is this friendly, did they get dragged because of it, you thought? If only they used their hearts as much as they used their brains. So, why are you different? He asked, jolting you out of your mind. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm much different. No, you are. Karma's statement waltzed through you like an arrow piercing its target. How? You shot your head up. You aren't difficult, and you certainly do not have a clot up your ass. You laughed at this, throwing your head back. If only you knew. Knew what? You sighed, lifting your head back down and leaning on your heels. Nothing. It's not important. I hope I get to see you around. I don't doubt it. He smiled at your words and turned to walk his own path towards his own classroom. You turned on your heels and walked towards a class. Your class. You were very intelligent. Most people would even call you a genius, though you didn't find anything all too special about you besides, I just actually do the work. Though you were commonly referred to as a genius, you were more known for your good looks and your sacred heart. Everyone knew you kept your heart on your cheek, but no one knew why. You were beautiful. Someone had called you stunning even, but again, you didn't pay much mind to the compliments. Which is why, when you heard of the devilish prince, the one that once roamed the halls of Kunigigaoka Junior High, you just had to meet him. You wondered what he'd be like. Would he be like the tales told, or would he be much different? This coursed through your mind, always never failing to leave you without an image of his face. You thought he'd be more rugged and bruised from all the fights you heard he got into, but in real, he looked nothing like that. You didn't know what you were hoping for, but needless to say, you were more than satisfied. You were head over heels, and for the first time in your life, you wanted to do something crazy, something extravagant, something to impress someone other than yourself or your parents. You wanted to wear your heart on your sleeve. But when? Where? You may have went to the same school, but you did not reside in the same building. With how they treated their E-class students, your bewildered mind wondered if you'd ever get the chance to speak with the red-headed prince again. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. What was it about him that had captured your heart? He was a bad boy, a nobody, someone without a future. So why? Did you hear what happened? I heard Miss Goody two-shoes actually talked to him, and she hasn't been the same ever since. I know, crazy how one person could do that. Well, we are talking about Karma Akabane here. The bantering around you continued, and it didn't bother you as much anymore, though when you heard his name, your ears perked up. Do you think it's because she has feelings for him? Of course, what else could it be? I mean, he's really hot, but he's also a psycho. Who would be crazy enough to fancy him? I would, you wanted to say, but you kept to yourself as you always did. In less than half a year, you had managed to bump yourself from A class to D class. One more slip up and it's off to E class for you, your teacher yelled, laughing. Maybe if I didn't have to smell you, a troll, I'd be able to work. You snapped back with a crooked grin. That's it, I've had enough of your back talk. Just because I'm right, it doesn't mean you have to get all upset. You two eyed each other as if breaking eye contact meant admitting defeat, but you would not break. and neither would she. This you fortunately knew, so you wasted no time speaking up again. Mary, we're friends, aren't we? And from a friend to a friend, you said, standing to your feet and walking towards your teacher's desk. Once you were close enough, you popped your bum on her desk, saying, "You truly stink." And now you were on your way to E-class. You had been sent to the principal's office and found guilty of disrespecting an adult. "I couldn't care less," you said, interrupting the D class teacher while waving them off and walking out. The next day, your heart wouldn't stop beating. It was as if it would beat right out of your chest and run to what it wanted. Him. God, why must this be so exhilarating? You thought as you approached Class E's building. It was separate from the main, creating the illusion that Kunigagaoka had no bad students. "Wow," you said, walking into the building's doors. It looked as if one wrong move would make the whole building collapse. You knocked on the door of the classroom, and to your shock, a thing answered it. You were distraught for a moment when it started speaking to you as a normal human. "Okay," it said with a red circle on its face. "Wait, what?" "Class, this is our new student. I expect you to show them courtesy on all grounds." It opened the door, but no one walked out. You tilted your head with a look of shock on your face and yelled, in a desperate attempt to make sure you weren't dreaming, "You're an alien!" The entire class turned to face the person that had just called Koro-sensei an alien. "Actually, he prefers octopus," a voice called, coming closer and closer. "Isn't that right, Koro-sensei?" You, now being able to see who the voice belonged to, smiled as he placed a firm hand on Koro-sensei's desk. "Guess my wish came true after all," he said, turning to face you. "Well, if it isn't Karma Akabane himself," you said, giving him his own smirk. "There's something different about you." He spoke up again, walking towards you. The rest of the class still could not depict who their new peer was, but time seemed to stop when you met his claimful and obnoxious eyes. "You seem more confident." "And you still seem like a prick," he said, finishing the walk for him and playfully punching him in the stomach. As you did this, your true identity was revealed. "So, what kind of class is this?" you asked Karma, pulling on his arm. "This is the assassination classroom," he responded back. "Really?" The tall boy nodded. "So, when do I get my gun?" you asked. "When you can beat me in a hand-to-hand combat," you scoffed as Koro-sensei pointed towards the seat that you would be taking. "I can handle you. Wasn't that what you said before, right?" "Fine, I give, you said, pushing Karma's body weight off of you. "I can't hear you." "Well, then unclog your ears," you said, jumping up from the ground. Are you okay?" your friend Kaino asked. "He got me good." "Well, that's Karma for you," she said in a light giggle, which you rolled your eyes to. "Hey," Karma yelled from behind you. "What?" he yelled just as loud. "I want to hear you say it." "In your dreams." By this time, every one of your classmates had gotten accustomed to how similar you were to the red-headed, orange-eyed devil, and just like him, you were determined to prove how more superior you were than others. You two even competed in who got the best scores on tests, and the loser would usually have to buy ice cream afterwards. Koro-sensei would usually place his bet as well because he loved sweets, and when he lost, the both of you just had him pay for the ice cream. Though he would always be clueless, and before it was too late, he'd be broke and antagonizing you two about the importance of saving money. "Kaino, what do you think about Karma?" you asked one day out of nowhere. "What do you mean?" "Like, would you ever, date him?" She started to laugh hysterically. "Oh, Ian, you make the funniest comments. It is truly a reward to banter with you." Your face did not flinch, and when Kaino began to calm herself down, she realized, "Oh, you're not joking, are you?" You as stone-faced as ever shook your head. "Oh, right then. No, I would not." "Why, is there something wrong with him?" you asked, slamming your hand on your desk. Kaino, scared at what had just gone over her best friend, waved her arms up in defense. No, it's just I fancy someone else," she said, facing down. "Oh, really?" you asked. "No, stop it, YN," she said, pushing your face away from hers. Hey, what are you two up to?" you heard from behind as you felt someone pull your hair. "Let go before I smack you," you said, already knowing who it was disturbing your teasing session. "Hey, Kaino." Oh, hey Nagisa. Your gaze drifted from Karma to Nagisa and back onto Kaino. Karma watched as you looked back and forth from the blue-haired boy to the green-haired girl. He also watched a smirk appear on your face as you grabbed his hand and commanded him to follow you outside, as it was lunch and you were starving. A lie, obviously. As you turned to Karma to speak up, he cupped your mouth, not allowing you to breathe a word, and spoke instead. I already know what you're going to say. You shot him a confused look. He then gave you a knowing smirk and continued his half-said sentence. And I completely agree. You grinned at this and hatched your plan with him. Little did you know, two kind-hearted and not smart enough friends were listening and hatched their own plan. Terrific, I'm so smart, you said, ooh-ooing. That's what you think, Kaino said, doing the same from behind a door. Okay, you know the plan? I do. I came up with it with you, you idiot, you said, smacking Karma's back. Oh, suck it up, you big baby. Karma let out a light laugh and then pushed you out of your hiding spot when he saw Kaino, and did the same to himself when he saw Nagisa. It was no secret that Nagisa kissed Kaino before, but that was to save her and Koro-sensei, and everyone seemed to forget past events, though you did not. If we catch them kissing out of free will on camera, you started excitedly. We'll get to tease them forever. Sounds like fun, Karma replied, leaning back on a wall. I know, right? Wait, is that Nagisa? You asked, pointing towards the two boys that were headed towards you. I think Karma's with them too, Kaino added. Unimportant, but look, Nagisa's there. Yeah, the girl said. Actually, I think I have to use the loo. What? Right now? Yeah, I'll be right back, he said, waving her off. Tell the guys I said hello. Okay, she yelled as you rushed towards the tree you and Karma had agreed upon meeting. Nagisa, I think I dropped my phone. I'll be right back. You sure? Yeah, I'm gonna go check. Sure, okay. Nagisa and Kaino continued to walk towards one another as you and Karma met up with each other outside of their preview. Does he? Of course not. Good. Now let's get that video. This sounds like a weird chick flick. Well, I guess in a way it is, he said, laughing at Karma's downcast expression. Okay, shh, he said, rustling behind a bush. If anyone's gonna get us caught, it'd be you. You and him kept pushing each other all the way towards where you last saw Nagisa and Kaino. Wait, what? Where are they? You had your phone and everything ready to go to capture possibly the most embarrassing moment of your friends' lives. The only problem, they were not where they were supposed to be. You sighed, turning to face Karma, but he was leaning in. No, he was being pushed, as were you. Both of your eyes widened in shock as your lips came crashing down on each other. What the hell? You thought. Then, click, you two heard. You looked up to find Nagisa and Kaino with their phones in you and Karma's faces. I'm going to cherish this video for all eternity, Kaino said, as I this photo. Nagisa added, What the hell? You repeated aloud this time. You were blinded by laughter, but your eyes were watering, like literally watering. You weren't crying, no, you were in a daze, about to pass out. You woke up to see Karma's distraught face. Then you were bombarded with questions and loud shouting. You turned to see the rest of your fellow classmates. This made you almost pass out again, but luckily Karma took charge of the mob. Get out! Can't you see that she's not feeling alright? You think your loud peasant voices help? He yelled, shooing them from the room. That now only he and you stayed inside? Well, you thought. What happened? You asked one of your closest friends. You two kissed, Kaino said, coming from the other side of which you were not able to see. What? That's outrageous. Some may even say preposterous, Nagisa quipped. You grabbed your head, then two phones were shoved into your face, one revealing a video and one revealing a photo of the aftermath. You blushed vigorously and looked up at Karma, who was looking at the floor. They, say it, Nagisa persisted. They outsmarted us. Those dulled idiots? You asked, sitting up. Karma looked at you and nodded. Why in? Oh no, why in? You had fainted once again, making your monitor uncontrollably sound. You were unconscious, though could still hear the teasing and laughter of your friend group, minusing Karma, of course. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. My Wattpad link will be in the description below if you would like to check out the stories that I write. I usually write my stories before I read them. Well, I mean, obviously, but I usually write them a couple of days or like a day before I read them. So if you would like early access to the stories I'm going to be reading on this channel, then click the link in the description and check them out. Okay, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye, loves! And if you hurt me, well that's okay, baby, only words bleed. You won't ever be alone. Wait for me to come home.